A very good evening to all of you. Today we are gathered here to Imagine Cup awareness session organized by First Community of NSPM alongside Devaki Campus Club of NSPM Green University. I feel so privileged to welcome our guest speakers, partner technology strategist at Microsoft, Mr. Prabhat Manav Perumal, and technology data science consultant at Virtusa, Mr. Chatusha Vijayanayaka. It's a great honor to have you both here today, sir. We are so thankful to you accepting our invitation and participating in this event today. Also, I would like to warmly welcome everyone who is present today. So now I cordially invite Mr. Prabhat Manaparma as the first guest speaker of the day to enlighten us.
Hi, good evening all. So sorry, this is the first time I'm using Zoom for a presentation. I have joined so many Zoom calls, but this is the first time I'm presenting, so it took some time to figure out mute and unmute button. So hope you guys doing well and staying safe during this unprecedented time. NSBM team, thank you so much for initiating this session and inviting for me, sending the invitation for me and my friend. So can someone confirm whether you guys can see my screen or what exactly you can see? Is it the presentation slide or?
Yeah, we can see.
Yes, we can see your screen.
All right, perfect. Thank you. So Microsoft Imaging Cup is not just a competition, I would say, because it can change your life. It has changed a lot of students' life. We have really good use cases, really good success stories in Sri Lanka and Southeast Asia new markets where we falls under Microsoft lens. So sometime back, Microsoft Imaging Cup was having in-country competitions in Sri Lanka. So local subsidiary Microsoft Office was holding that competition. Then we were sending those winners into regional semifinals, and then Asia semifinals, Asia finals, and then into global competition who are getting selected. But recently, even before COVID, it got changed, right? Then we have stopped having those in-country or local level competition. In addition to that, we had Southeast Asia level competition a few years back, and then I can remember last year it was also discontinued. Now, anyway, in this financial year or in this year, it has moved to the corporate level. I mean, USA team is basically managing the competition. So I just wanted to give you a bit of a history of the competition, how it landed in Sri Lanka. So Sri Lanka is one of key countries in APAC to have this competition and to send many competitors into the competition. So we have a really good history. So today we have Chatusha Vijayanayaka also joining with us. So he is also one good success story of Microsoft Imaging Cup. So he will more able to give you information about Imaging Cup, how he felt and what kind of exposure and experience he personally got. I think that is more valuable because he is a real person who was going through the competition in its stages and got this real exposure and the experience out of the competition. So Let me reduce this preview slide, then you can see it. Okay. Right. So this year, the biggest change is competition is gonna be fully online. I think even 2020 competition was fully online. In 2021, the competition you are gonna be in is also gonna be a fully digital competition driven through Microsoft Teams. So as you all know, we are going through a pandemic situation and no one can predict what will happen in next few months. So even in 2020 Imaging Cup, Microsoft has decided to have it fully digital. Even our offices are still closed. We don't know when we will able to restart our in-person activities. Till that, we will be fully digital. Even all our other activities will be conducted fully digitally. So this year, we have selected 4 categories. Or basically, competition has 4 main categories, starting from Earth, Education, Health, and Lifestyle. So basically, Microsoft is expecting you to identify a real experience, real world problem, and try to come up with a solution for that. So in next slide, I will show you what you are supposed to get out of the competition, in addition to learning new technology and trying to come up with a solution around the problem statement you have found out. So there are a few other line items that I'm not going to take because I have a few slides more. Then you will get more understanding onto the competition. So this is the timeline. Competition launch has already done, right? October 15th or 14th, we launched the competition globally. Submission deadline would be on Jan 31st, 2021. Finalists would be announced on March 1st, and world finals yet to be announced, right? As usual, World Championship will be held in parallel to Microsoft Build annual conference. So World Finals teams will be assigned a mentor, and you will get as a grant for $1,000 US, and you will be competing virtually to a panel of judges, as I mentioned earlier. So there would be world finalists from Earth, Education, Health, and Lifestyle, all 4 categories. First place would win 10,000 worth of cash prize and will be able to participate in the World Championship. First runner-up, USD 2.5K. Second runner-up, again, USD 2.5K worth of cash prize. World Championship winner will be eligible for 75K US dollar worth of cash prize, and you will be able to bring the Imaging Cup to your country, to your university, and you will be getting an exclusive mentorship with Satya Nadella, Microsoft Chief Executive Officer. Then in addition to the main competition, we have launched this Imaging Cup Learn Challenge. So if you require, I can share these links later at the end of the session, or you also can go to Microsoft Imaging Cup website, and those you can go through those blog posts. You can find out more information about these challenges. So in addition to the main competition, we have announced this challenge because this time is more of a virtual engagement, right? You don't want to go out of your home or university. Most of you are still at home, since universities are closed. So basically you will have to work virtually, even in your, you have to do all your activities, even team activities virtually. So by doing that, by going through these challenges, completing these challenges, your knowledge will be improved, especially on technology side, and identifying problem statement. That is also one important pillar here. So these are some of the reasons why you should be getting into, or get yourself, your team register for Imaging Cup, right? So you are getting an opportunity to shape your world, shape our world, right? Finding a problem and trying to find a solution for that, right? With that, you are solving. Sometimes you may be finding that problem in your home, right? In your university, in your family. But end of the day, that will the impact you are trying to make out of that solution will be for the whole world, not just for you, right? That is the most important thing. And networking part, I think the next speaker will give you more inputs with his real experience for all these 7 reasons. But I'm trying to open your eyes. So you will get access to so many mentors, industry professionals throughout this event. Even though this time the competition is gonna be fully digital, still you will able to get access to those resources. So you are supposed to win travel opportunities, but I can't really comment on that with this COVID situation, what will happen. But normally, if you are getting into finalist or semi-finalist, if you're going to be a semi-finalist or finalist, obviously you could have win those travel opportunities as well. So right now, you may be just focusing on whatever the content you're supposed to learn in your university curriculum, right? If you are in second year, you may be just focusing on that. But most of our students, I believe, especially students who are joining this call, are really in need of learning new stuff, right? So that is the key, most important thing here. If you are just trying to be limited to what you learn in day-to-day life, in day-to-day lectures, you won't able to get into the next level. Because if you have 1,000 students in your batch, all 1,000 students are learning or getting that knowledge, that is skill set. But if you want to compete and get into the next level with a competition like this, competition like Imaging Cup, you really want to learn that additional knowledge. You really need to learn that or grab that additional knowledge, skill set. So that is the opportunity. When you are getting to the competition, you will really feel that, and you will automatically push into that. Your boundaries will not be limited. You can cross those boundaries. You have to get out of your comfort zone. Otherwise, you will not able to go to the highest level of this competition. So if you have that willingness, I'm pretty sure you will able to get into that level. Meeting new friends is really important thing, because this is going to be a once in a lifetime opportunity, right? Being in Sri Lanka, you may be communicating with many people, right? But through this kind of a platform, you can really get yourself introduced to many like-minded people like you, right? Innovators, inventors. So that is one of the big important reason to register for Imaging Cup. Those friendships would be there forever. And from your career perspective, see how many students are getting into these levels from Sri Lanka, right? There may be hundreds of students applying for Imaging Cup, right? But there won't be minimum. I don't think there will be 10 teams getting into semi-final. I mean, by analyzing previous years' results, so there will be only less than 10 teams, right, selecting from Sri Lanka for semi-final levels, right, or regional semi-final levels. So try your best. Hope you can understand the value it can bring to your curriculum vitae, your profile, and then getting into the ladder, going forward of your career ladder won't be difficult if you are going through this kind of a competition and trying to grab the award, right? Those are the 7 key opportunities or 7 key reasons to register for Imaging Cup. I believe I could open your eyes. That's my intention here. Just wanted to show you how you can, where you can go with Imaging Cup. So that is about Imaging Cup. And then I just wanted to quickly show this to you as well, because you are gonna be an advisor for your younger generation, right? You may be having some younger students working with you. Sometimes you may be mentoring those younger generation. You may be having sisters or brothers, friends, younger brothers, sisters. So please share this message. Imaging Cup Junior is a new competition Microsoft launched. Say 1.5 years back. This is the second time it's going to happen on 2021. 2020 we just concluded. So 2021 competition was launched on 30th of September. Submission deadline is on 21st of May 2021. So this is again going to be a fully digital competition. So this is going to be a fully digital competition, and especially in this competition, we have given a lot of learning content for students and their teachers or educators. So these modules, starting from module 1 to module 5, I would highly encourage you also as university students to go through these resources, because these are not just for school students. I personally went through all the content. They are in really high standard. Imaging Cup Junior competition is for AI for good, right? How you can change the world by coming up with new innovations with AI. AI for Earth, AI for cultural heritage, AI for accessibility, AI for humanitarian action are the 4 categories we have introduced. So please encourage your younger generation. Please pass this message and ask them to get themselves on board to Imaging Cup Junior competition 2021. So that's all I have on Imaging Cup. So I will be on the call until end. So please feel free to ask any of the questions you have. But I'm not going to end my presentation now, because I have very important resource to showcase. Because now you will wonder, especially on this slide, I was discussing about enhance your technology portfolio, how you can really do it with Microsoft resources. That's what I'm trying to showcase to you. Let me share my browser window. Okay, hope you can see my web browser. Microsoft Learn is the latest learning portal we introduced. Sometime back, we had multiple platforms, right? I mean, if you want to learn Microsoft technology, when I say Microsoft, don't look at me as you are looking at Microsoft 5-6 years back. Microsoft has a different, the way we look at the community has totally changed. I'm not gonna take much time here. If you are still thinking, no, Microsoft is Windows or SQL, no, it had changed now. Right, we are more open source friendly and mobile and cloud first company. So again, so Microsoft Learn is totally free. You can see it has hosted under docs.microsoft.com. The intention is to bring everything, starting from Microsoft documentation to learning content, learning TV, certification, and exams also into the same platform on the same URL, same domain, right? So starting from those to code samples, Q&A, everything now hosted on Microsoft Docs, right? So Microsoft Learn, if I go to Azure, because I believe most of you are from development background. So if you go to Microsoft Azure, I believe you are aware what is Microsoft Azure is. Microsoft Azure is the public cloud platform of Microsoft. So you can find many resources. There are learning paths. Okay, this is not the right learning path. Let me open Azure Fundamentals. Okay, here you go. Inside one learning path, you can see different modules, right? All these modules have designed by keeping micro content in mind, because today with our busy life, you may be a student, I may be doing a job, still we don't have much time, right? We would like to see how we can spend our spare time, some free time with learning. If we have developed content which take more than 1 hour to watch or study, it is not going to work. That is why this micro learning content, micro content development has been, that concept has been very strategically used in Microsoft Learn platform. You can see the time you have to spend on each content is really small, right? You can come and watch in the introduction and go back and do something and come back, go for a lecture, come back and watch 8 minutes. You have to spend a small number of minutes. End of the day, you can complete the module, right? Once you complete all the modules inside the learning path, you can get the badge. Once you complete one module, you will get the badge. When I say badge, it's a digital badge, and it has gamified. The platform has been gamified, and you will get access to a portal. You have to log into Microsoft Learn with your Microsoft personal account, and you will see all the content, your badges, your learnings, and everything. You can show them in your social media profiles and even at your LinkedIn profile as well, right? Then if I go to browse, you can see there are different types of products available. Anyway, I'm not going to focus on products, but if you look at different roles where you want to be, you may be studying to become a software engineer. Some of you may be studying to become an AI engineer. You may be application developer. You may be even a business analyst, right? Data analyst. Because one thing, I'm going back to Imaging Hub topic. When you are building your team, please make sure you have students, your team members are from different environments. If all members are going to be from core development background, your life will not be that much easier. But if you have one member maybe from business side, one member from technology side, one member for development side, that will bring additional value to your team, right? So coming back to Microsoft Learn, likewise, you can choose your content depending on your role. And then you have different levels, right? Today, you may be a beginner, or you may be having some experience with those technologies, especially if you have certifications or knowledge on other public cloud platforms like GCP or AWS, then maybe you are an intermediate, a person with intermediate knowledge. So you can put that tick and go through those content. Then again, you have learning paths and modules. Modules are inside learning path, as I mentioned earlier. So, and this is it. Then Microsoft certification. So Microsoft certification, why you want to become Microsoft certified? Not only Microsoft. I mean, I was also an undergraduate some time back. Even still, I'm following for my following my master's degree. Right. I mean, most of you are still going through your bachelor's degree. So why you want to become a professionally certified engineer, even before moving out from your university? Again, if you can remember, in the beginning of the presentation, I was mentioning about something like this. So you may be having 3,000, 4,000 university graduates when you are leaving your university. In your same batch, you may be having that number. If you try to add that number coming out from all the universities in Sri Lanka on the same year, how much it would be? It's going to be a very large number. So what is the unique value proposition what is the unique value you can bring to the interview table, when you are getting interviewed by an employee? That is the most important thing. All those 3,000 to 10,000 undergraduates have gone through the same degree, same content. How you can differentiate yourself? I think that is something you should think while you are an undergraduate. You may be in first year, second year, third year, fourth year, doesn't matter. Think about that, how you can differentiate yourself, right? You can, yes, you can get, you can get into this type of competition, everything, that is fine, right? Everything will bring additional value to you. Try to differentiate yourself always. Try to come out of that 5,000 student or graduate base, then only, then end of the day, it will make your life much easier. Microsoft certification, professional certification is also very important when it comes to the professional. Now, you may be thinking whether you should be starting to learn GCP or AWS or Azure or even Alibaba. I mean, there are many cloud providers available. With my experience, I'm telling you guys, there is no significant difference between all these public cloud providers. If you can learn one, then you can apply that knowledge to any cloud provider, because same concepts, same technologies, not same technologies, but same way. I mean, if you look at the way you create a VM, it's same in most of the cloud providers, right? So that's why you have to start somewhere. But if you look at enterprises in Sri Lanka, right, how many of them are using Microsoft technologies? How many of them are using other technologies? That is the question. That is the research you should be doing before starting to learn something. Because someday you will be getting into those enterprises. If you are going to start a business, that is fine. That's a separate. Entrepreneurship is a great thing. You can do that. If you are trying to get into a job, then you have to think about the platform you are going to start learning about. So think about that. I'm not gonna compare any of these cloud platforms, right? All the platforms are great, but what I'm telling you guys, research, do self research. How many of those are, now most of you may be having some organization in mind, right? Someday you want to become a part of that organization. You will be dreaming, right? If you don't have a dream, then there's another problem with you. You have to fix that. But if you have a dream, do that research, then you will realize where you should be start. Coming back to certification, so we have basically aligned all the certifications depending on different roles, job roles, right? So let me see whether I have that chart. Okay.
Zoom calls, but this is the first time presenting, so it took some.
To all of you.
All right. So this is the Microsoft Cert poster. Even you can access this poster. This is a public one. Once a month, we are releasing a new version of it. So you can see we have different workloads. If you just look at public cloud platform, Azure, starting from Azure Administrator to Azure Solution Architect, right? So these are role-based certifications, and then we have specialties, because there are certain workloads, special workloads running on public cloud. Some of these things I'm talking right now will not make any sense for you guys, right? But please bear with me. But some of the students, for some of the students, it will make more sense. So this is where you can start off with, right? You can start with the fundamental certification, right? So we have fundamental certification for Azure. Then if you are more into artificial intelligence, you can start off with Azure AI fundamentals. If you are interested in data, right? While you are studying about databases in your first year, if you think, okay, this is where I need to be, I need to continue my career, then just try out to do these certifications, because cloud is the future, right? Then if you are a developer, you have Azure Developer Associate exam. This is where you can start your certification journey, right? Then if you are a IT professional, if you want to, in some organizations, system engineer, those kind of roles, you can look into these things. If you are a security focused engineer, then you can look at these certifications: data scientist, data associate, solution architect, especially DevOps, very common topic, very famous topic. Likewise, you can choose your path. If I click on one exam, so you will get into the exam certification landing page. So basically, we have exams inside certifications. You can see it very clearly here, right? So once you complete Azure Administrator certification, you get the certification. Once you complete the exam, you get the certification. Sometimes there may be more than one exam you have to complete to achieve the certification. You can download this certification skill outline and see what are the skills we are measuring in each of the certification. And beauty of Microsoft Learn, if you are a person who was trying to do Microsoft certification or exam sometime back, 1 or 2 years back, I would say 2-3 years back, you may be facing a lot of challenges in finding right content, exam-oriented, exam-focused content online. It was really difficult. That we had Microsoft Microsoft Virtual Academy, then Channel 9, then third-party websites, Microsoft Document. It was really difficult to find exam-oriented content. But now, as I mentioned earlier, Microsoft Learn include content which are focused on these certifications. That is the beauty. You don't need to spend a cent on any of these third-party websites. You can just learn from Microsoft Learn. But still, if you want to grab more knowledge, you are encouraged to go to those third-party websites and learn. So let me show you two more things quickly. So we have defined a journey. Okay, for one exam, there's a journey. So you can start here. You can see whether this certification is fit for your responsibilities or for the job, the responsibilities of the job you are trying to be one day, right? You can read them and select the right exam, and then you have the whole journey defined. You won't be isolated once you start. You have a journey defined by Microsoft. You can go through that journey. So if you have any questions regarding Microsoft Learn, Imaging Cup, or these learning content, please do reach out to your Microsoft student partner, Microsoft Learn ambassadors, new name, or even you can reach out to myself on social media, any channel. I will try my best to guide and support you. Thank you very much. If you have any questions, you can ask me, or you can leave them on the message. I believe there's a message section on Zoom. Yeah, you can leave it there. Thank you.
Thank you. May Shiny ඉන්නවනේ අපේ?
Thank you so much for your valuable session, sir. Now, I cordially invite our next guest speaker, Mr. Chatusha Vijayanayaka, to address the audience.
Hey guys, can you all hear me? Am I audible to all of you?
Yeah,
Yes,
we can.
yes, we can.
Okay. Prabhat, Masang, I think still you're presenting.
Sorry, Chatusha, am I still presenting?
Yeah, I think you're presenting. It's okay. Anyway, I don't have a slide or anything. It's just,
Okay, so
my
sorry.
face that you're busy.
This is the first time. Yeah, please go ahead.
I'm also not very familiar with Zoom, Masang. Even we use Teams.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. Yeah.
Hey guys, good evening to all of you. I don't have a deck, right? So it's going to be my face. I know that's not very clear with the video quality, but as long as you can hear me well, and as long as there's no background noise or anything, I think we are good to go. So thanks, guys. I think folks from NSBM for organizing this. It'll be a very good opportunity for you all to learn about the competition. And then from my end, it will be more of an experience sharing, as Prabhat said. So basically, first I thought of going through my experience, what actually happened back in 2016, how we all started, how we went through it, and then the most important part, the impact it had on me, right? It did have a huge impact on me. And actually, you can call me a live specimen of the change that was created by Imaging Cup. So to start off with, I think the very reason why I'm even in this call is because we won the world second place in innovations in 2016 at Imagine Cup World Finals, Seattle, USA. So I'm gonna keep it at that. But a lot of people started, when you say Bitmasters, my team and my people, and like a lot of people know, okay, these guys won the Imagine Cup, and we did a lot of other things as well. But very few know the entire journey, right? Including the team and some of our close friends, they know the journey. So it was very different to how it all began. So let me tell you how it all started off. It started off in 2015, actually, right? Way before the 2015 Imagine Cup competition. I didn't even know that there was something called Imagine Cup. So a friend of mine called me and said, Masan, there's something like this. Would you be interested in to take part in it? And I come from a very different background, guys. So I'm a civil engineer by degree from University of Moratuwa. So these guys from computer science, they're the ones who came up and said, would you like to join? Because as Prabhat said, like very key point, there has to be a balance in your team, right? So most of the guys were coming from development side. I went in initially. They called me up because I was coming from a different background with business knowledge. I was very much interested in economics, business, and those aspects as well, right? On top of what I was doing, civil engineering. So that is the reason why we all got together, and it was a combination, right? We had the very good developers and some from the business angle as well, and we got together. So we came up with an initial idea for a product, and then it was solely not to start up, not to go for a startup or anything. We just wanted to pitch for Imagine Cup 2015. That was the target, right? So we went ahead. I think we developed it and then practiced and fine-tuned it for about 3-4 months, if I'm not mistaken, right? Sleepless nights, a lot of hard work. We went in for the competition and we lost. Right? I still remember the day. Like, we actually thought we would win. I think we didn't even get into finals, right? So we lost the 2015. And after that, we did not give up, right? We were not hell-bent on this particular product that we were having. We came up with different other ideas. We did various products. And from that point onwards, we started pitching to a lot of different competitions. Not only Imagine Cup, guys, there are a lot of, I don't know exactly the sort of competitions they have right now in the country, but I'm pretty sure even back then, YARGeek Challenge to I think HackerDev too. There was one organized by ISAC and a lot of other competitions. We pitched to all these competitions. Initially, again, just like Imagine Cup, we lost. Even the ISAC one we lost. We didn't even make it to the finals, right? Those were very hard times. I mean, you put in a lot of effort, you give it a lot of thought, you try to fine tune the business model as much as you can. Then you do a lot of development work, you try to get the best technologies, and you spend some money as well, right? Because for some of these hardware devices and etc., I remember spending some money as well. And back then, we all didn't have a lot of money. We were all in university. It was a difficult time. And then little by little, we started getting into the finals. In one competition, and we got into finals. And after that, we started winning. And we started winning a lot of competitions, from YARGeek to, I can't even remember, 2 or 3 other competitions in Sri Lanka, right? And then we even pitched our product to a competition in Turkey. And we got the opportunity to go there, right? So we actually went to Istanbul before Imagine Cup. And then we pitched our product. We didn't win it, but we got into the finals in that, right? It was an engineering symposium sort of a thing, organized by one of their universities in Istanbul. It was a very lovely journey as well. And up to 2016 Imagine Cup, we gained a lot of experience. We started off by losing. then we started winning, and ever since then we have been winning. So not just one product, we actually had a couple of products, but we were maturing one particular idea which we wanted to pitch in 2016 Imagine Cup, right? Which is the whole Bitmasters idea of digital advertising, etc. And right throughout that journey, in various competitions, we met a lot of different people. Judges were talking to us. We got investment ideas, and then the idea from a technology perspective, from a business perspective, got matured at a very drastic rate by the time we came to 2016 Imagine Cup, right? So we were quite confident when we pitched at 2016 that we would win. We won. And then there was a challenge. I think, as Prabhat said, I'm not sure about it right now, but back in 2016, you had a South Asia level, which was online. Even back then, it was online, right? Even online, but we couldn't do it with Teams. So we had to go to the Microsoft head office. I think these folks were there, Wellington. I guess he's not at Microsoft anymore, but we worked very closely with Bella. And so we had to bring in all the teams late at night. And then we got a camera from Microsoft, and a lot of folks helped us, and we had to record our entire session there. That was the only way we could take part in the regional competition they had. And up until then, I think ever since they introduced the regional competition, no Sri Lankan team has gone above the regional one. So we thought, like, okay, given the probability, it would be quite low, but let's see. We gave it the best shot. And then one day, all of a sudden, Vela called up and said, he didn't say anything, just come. 4 of you guys, just come to Microsoft head office. So we went there, and by that time, it has become a very familiar place. And then first thing he did was he got us to sign a couple of NDAs, non-disclosure agreements, right? We didn't even know what an undisclosure agreement was. We couldn't read it. We didn't understand it. We were like asking, what is this? Well, that is to say that you cannot share this information with anyone. All right, okay, we just signed. That's how it went. And then he said, you guys have got through to finals, world finals. Congratulations. We're going to USA. It was an amazing feeling, guys, right? To be, ever since they introduced the regional finals, the first Sri Lankan team to get into the world finals. And we actually went to world finals. It was in the Microsoft head office in the presence of Satya Nadella and all the other folks. We went there, we competed, and we became the world second in innovation. I think up until that point, we were the only Sri Lankan team to have ever won a place at the global world finals, right? So it was a really, really amazing feeling. And as Prabhat said, like right throughout the journey, ever since we entered Imagine Cup, we got the opportunity to polish the product, to polish the business aspect of it. There was so much mentorship that went on in order to perfect it, right? Because, guys, the moment you win the national finals, then you're representing the entire country, right? So even the mentors of other teams which were there up until the finals, national finals, they all got together, right? So that from that point onwards, the focus is you, because you are representing Sri Lanka. And then when you went there, right? So we were the first Asian country to get a place in the innovation category, right? Then it was a whole other different feeling when there was so many, like there are a lot of Indians working in Microsoft. Like, it's not surprisingly. After winning, a lot of people coming and saying, guys, you made South Asia proud. We even heard that, right? That was an amazing feeling to have. Someone, I mean, you represent yourself, you represent your school. I have represented my university. I have represented my country in various other things as well, but I have never in my life represented South Asia. That was the first time for all of us, right? To go ahead and get a compliment of that sort. It was an amazing feeling. So all in all, that was in a nutshell, the entire experience. Then we came down, like we got a lot of recognition from the university, ministry folks, even a lot of different companies and all that. Even to this day, I know a lot of people because of that. So I'll come to that point actually, which is the next what I want to talk about, the impact it had on me, right? To give you a very high level idea, as I said, I'm a graduate of civil engineering, but now I'm doing technology in data science at Virtusa. So it's kind of a drastic shift, just if you look at it, right, in my career. And even though there's an underline to that, if you put the words together, it's a drastic change in my whole career-wise. The first most important gain that I had from the competition was that we always tend to look at the technology, right? Say you take a camera feed, you process the frames, and you are able to detect the objects in front of you. You are able to describe the scenario in front of you. If there's a person, recognize the person, or maybe say that the person is a male or a female, or the kind of age, the roughly the age. From a technology perspective, that's amazing, right? You know, the level of image processing that goes into it, the AI that you use to do all of that, the training process, all of that. When you're in the undergraduate level, you tend to focus on the technology, which is good, which is required, right? You need to get to the bottom of it, the depth of it. But there's another side to it, which you usually don't look at, and you're not equipped to look at it, which is the business angle of it, right? How do you make money out of it? Okay, fine. You can describe an image from a video feed. So what? How can I make bucks out of it? What is the dollar contribution that it will have to any business aspect? That's when you transform the idea that you have, whatever you have built, whatever you have innovated, into a product, right? So even at the World Finals, right? One thing that I actually understood at the World Finals, and up to now I can kind of actually feel it, right? So in the judge panel, World Finals judge panel, there were one person from, I can't remember from where she was. There's another person from the legal team, if I'm not mistaken. And the guy that I remember was actually the CTO of Azure back then, right? So when you pitch a particular technology to these guys, they might have not heard of it. That's okay. I mean, that's fine. But they know whether it's technically possible or not. Even right now, like given my experience, right? It can be something crazy. But still, given the technology paradigm and all that, yes, I don't know exactly how they would have done it, but I can give a sense whether it's possible or not. That part is clear, right? So the moment they get that idea, okay, this is quite possible, then they harp on the business aspect of it. How can they make money out of it? How can this be a viable business product? How much money will it generate? Value will it generate to companies out there? Is it B2C? Is it B2B? All these things come into play. And you know very little about this particular side when you're at the undergraduate level, because you, for very good reasons, right? You haven't worked in companies, you don't know how the business world and markets and all these things work. Understandable. But through this competition, through this competition, I started to learn a lot about the industry, how markets work, how can we analyze the market demand, the market potential for something, how can we make a business value out of it. And that is something that I do from morning till evening right now, okay, in the industry. So that very foundation was laid with the mentorship that we got at ImagineCup. That's number one. Number two is, as I said before, the entire network, right? We met from Vela to a whole lot of different people right throughout this. Some of them are CEOs of companies, CTOs of companies, right? And not only Imagine Cup, when I participated in the other competitions as well, there was something called JKH competition as well. Like we met a lot of different people to work very closely with, right? From head of digital strategy to JKH to group vice president to all group leadership. It was an amazing experience right throughout. And even to this day, I use those contacts, right? We have your net worth is basically your network, right? So that is a very important point that Prabhat came up with, and I want to elaborate as well, because it was very useful for me. Even in the company that I work right now, Virtusa, it's my first job. When I entered, when I got selected, I actually knew a lot of people, from VPs to head of HR to a lot of different people I already knew, right? Not only through Imagine Cup, but Imagine Cup contributed a lot to it through various other competitions, and I was doing a lot of extracurricular in university, right? So it's very important to gather that network once you step out of the university, because you're entering the industry. Maybe you're starting your own thing, and that's when the value of your network is skyrocketing. That you will be able to feel the real value of your network if you start your own business, if you start your own startup, right? And even if you get into a job, from that point onwards, your network is going to bring a lot of value. So all in all, I think Imagine Cup had a real impact on our lives, because it's a journey. It's not just a competition, right? And even if you lose, never ever give up or stop at that point. Only one team will win the national finals, and only one team will win the world finals. But it's an entire journey, right? So as I said at the very beginning, we lost a lot of competitions, including Imagine Cup 2015. Very few people know that. They all know you by the team that won 2016. But all the competitions we lost before that, people don't know that, but that's the journey, right? If I'm not I would like to quote the founder of the Pokemon Go, the game which went viral, right? Overnight, it went viral, and the company earned billions of dollars within a very short period of time. And a lot of media personnel, they were saying, okay, it's an overnight success. What can you say about it? What are your comments? And he was saying, my 20 years of hard work became an overnight success, right? People only notice the winning moment. People only notice the success, but there's a long journey behind that, right? So he had worked 20 years in the industry in various capacities, developing various technologies, carrying out various things, failing and succeeding in certain cases to some extent, to ultimately achieve that overnight success, which earned him billions of dollars, right? It's the same case with everything, right? You take Mark Zuckerberg to Richard Branson to Warren Buffett to all these big shots, even Satya Nadella, Sundar Pichai, all these people, right? Even Sri Lankans who are really successful, the company heads and all these people, they always entail a story where they failed many times, where they had to do a lot of things. And that journey is not over, right? So you have to keep on going along that path, be ambitious, and then finally try to achieve it. So that's a key learning that I got from this entire Imagine Cup journey. If we quit when we lost Imagine Cup 2015, I would not be talking to you all today, right? I might not be in the IT industry, to begin with. My life would have been very different, right? So that's one of the key messages that I want to give you. Enjoy the journey. Most important thing, when you win, always it's a happy feeling, but to win, you have to put in a lot of hard work. There were certain times where we had to go and pitch in competitions. I think even in the very first one, the Imagine Cup 2015, if I remember right, it was right in the middle of our exam period. So if there are people from University of Moroto, exam time is a very stressful time period where you try to crash the entire semester in just a couple of weeks, right? So right in the middle of it, while doing exams, I think after a paper, we had to go and pitch it in Microsoft. We actually requested for a time slot in the afternoon so that we could come and do it after writing a paper in the morning. So it wasn't easy, right, to do that. And even right now, like when I'm working, we have a lot of different challenges coming up. I'm working for one of the key banks in digital transformation, AI-driven projects. And we work with a lot of cloud environments also, from Azure to GCP to AWS, all these things. So it's a lot of hard work, but then you get successful at the end. And to go there, I know now that failures are inevitable, right? So don't give up. Always have a target. Go for it. And definitely, not only Imagine Cup, all the spectrum of competitions are going to change your life, and they're going to add value to it in terms of network, in terms of business knowledge, right? It's going to add value to your life, irrespective of whether you win it or not. But of course, winning should be your ultimate goal. I think that's pretty much it from my side. If there are any questions, I would be open to anything that you want to get to know, any doubts that you have or anything. So that's pretty much it from my side. And I would love to see another Sri Lankan team raising the Sri Lankan flag in Seattle, or at least digitally. If you don't get to go there because of COVID, at least on screen, you'll be in global posters, right, as the winning team. So I'm looking forward to that, and I wish you all the very best in the upcoming competition, or competitions rather. Thank you. Thanks, guys.
Thank you very much, sir. We are all inspired by your great words. Before we wrap up the session, I believe that Indrajit Thaya has a few words to say. So I hand over to Indrajit Thaya.
Hello, yes. First, I want to thank you for joining the session, Mr. Prabhat Manaperuma, for sharing your valuable information regarding the Imagine Cup 2021, and especially for the overview that you gave us about the Microsoft Learn and the certifications. And Mr. Chatusha Vijayanayaka, by hearing you, I really got a feeling and momentum to learn from failures and never give up. And I really love that feeling. And thank you so much for sharing your experience and how the experience impacted on your career as well. So we appreciate both making your time on your busy schedule, and thank you so much again for sharing your valuable insights with us. And the students, thank you so much for joining today's session. And I really believe with this momentum, we will be able to see the Sri Lankan flag in the Microsoft finals again. Thank you so much. And good night all.
Thank you so much, Aya. So I may like to express our gratitude to Mr. Prabhat Manaperuma and Mr. Chatusha Vijayanayaka again for sacrificing your valuable time for us. Thank you very much. Then I would like to thank everyone who worked so hard to make this event a success. And I'm also grateful everyone who joined with us today. Thank you very much. Okay, let's meet again with another valuable session like this. So good night and stay safe.
Thank you. Thank you, Hemantoma. Good night, sir.